Yes guys, welcome from me, this is Championship Manager 0102, the Game On Challenge, part 63. We haven't advanced a massive amounts since the previous part, but I figured, whilst I had an opportunity to do this, I would do it. You can see the date in the corner, the 3rd of August, 2066. I think on my previous video, I think I actually said 2166, didn't I? For some reason, but it's 2066. So, we've come to the start of the new season, which means we have come to the end of the World Cup. As promised, I've left Scotland. Matt has left England. So we will start with that first then. For me, I was actually really pissed off because, if I show you how this went, I'll go. So we hammered South Africa in the first group game. We hammered Italy 4-0, and then we beat Iceland, and we lost to Paraguay. I was so fucking, oh god, I was so optimistic. I was really optimistic. But you know what? Fine, fuck you. And as for Matt, well, it was a tricky one, because Matt was in a position going into the last group game where he just had to not lose to Mexico. Because if he lost to Mexico and Yugoslavia won, he would be out, and that is exactly what happened. As you can see, Matt was eliminated at the group stage, resigned shortly after. So that's our little dabble with the international side of things. First time in 65 years. But let's talk about the new season ahead then. None of us have moved clubs. Don't get me wrong, I've considered it. I have considered it. We've done a lot of purchases here and there. We have concluded the League Cup, which Matt has claimed, Matt has retained. Probably a little bit unjust on those stats, but nevertheless, for me, the League Cup in Germany is like a fucking pre-season friendly tournament. It's fucking irritating, really is bullshit, but fuck 'em. And I said that before I lost the final, before any cunt makes a wisecrack. Okay, so as you can see, we're right around the corner from the brand new season. Let's look at my 7 signings. With my new formation, which is a very similar formation to what I use on my three-man game, we've gone to wingers. We've fucked off all the fullbacks, and I think I had 4 defenders ready to move over, which I was going to pull out of 1 or 2 of them. I kept them all. They've all got good... they don't look brilliant on paper, like that Bruno, when I brought out Bruno, and he looked brilliant, but it was awful, so I fucked him off. So, Esidio has arrived. He arrives, as you can see, for £15 million. Soderstrom arrives, another centre-half. Miranda arrives, although one game, not happy with that cunt. Boyko, interesting one. Who's that? We believe we know who that likely is. I don't know if it, you know, we say we don't care about regens and stuff, and we don't, but you can't help but make an observation and think, oh, who's that? Who's that? We all do it. You know, it doesn't matter how much you ignore regens, you can't help. And the bottom line is, a regen, whether that is Sagako or not, is never going to be as good as their pre-gen. Simple as that. And that's how you get amazing players come into the game, and you think, who the fuck are they? And they're no one, or they're created, or what have you. So I didn't actually need a striker, but if, you know, you almost take a punt, don't you? I think I always take a punt with one player out of every transfer window. Last season I took it on that defender Bruno, and that backfired and bit me in the arse. And this season I'm taking it with Boyko. We brought in then Grado Bov. Now, again, a Belarusian. Don't know who the fuck he is. I don't remember any Belarusian defensive midfielders, but looking very good. Didn't desperately need him, but it's all about strength. Philippe Matos, another centre-half. And Mark van der Welden. Yeah, with the wingers side of things, we went with him. So, our players out. Like I say, we shipped out a lot of players. A lot of bad apples, almost, so to speak. We still got a few bad apples. That guy there, who I believe is Alcohola Regen, 32 years of age. Not really happy with the concept of him, but you know, we can still get one more year out of him. He'll go next season. By the end of the end of the season, he will go. We got a new contract from the Van der Vaart regen. In fact, we got that in June, so we could technically get 2 more years out of him. Hespe still continues to be our strong player, our main man. Gilardi, I said I didn't need a defensive midfielder because Gilardi, but you know, we're getting some strength now. We are really getting some strength. We lost Larson. Fucking hell, on international duty. We lost him for like 5-6 months. Was not fucking happy about that whatsoever. Really wasn't. That, I believe, is Arcadius back regen. Let's see if he'll take a new deal. I don't think he will, though. But you never know. You never know. Let's go over to the current champion, Matt. Sorry, I should have said the current champion. He did win the title last season, but I've got to show you this, right? Let me show you Matt's title-winning statistics. I probably should have done this first, to be fair. So Matt finished with 82 points. Now, you'll remember I had an horrendous season last campaign. I ended up finishing second place. And take nothing away from me, I had a good, strong finish. 82 points. We finished 2 points behind Matt. We did the double over Matt last season in the league. And he had a bit of a shitty run towards the end of the season. And something we haven't shown you yet, and we probably should, Matt, the triple dream, came to an end, but he did beat me in the Champions League final. Look at that. I mean, what the fuck was that? What the fuck happened there? He absolutely thrashed me in the Champions League, to his amazement, to my amazement, to my disgust, and my anger, and to his delight. But he hammered me in the Champions League. He lost the cup final. That will be his objective, I feel, this season, unless he goes, which he might not. But yeah, I should probably show you all that stuff first. So let's have a look at his 7 signings for this campaign. Peter Vergusen, Frankfurt forward, strong player, very strong player. Won't be happy that he's only averaging at 7-0 after 2 games. For me, you need to have 7-8 at least. Walter Favour, I like him. I remember finding him and seeing that he'd already agreed to move to Matt, thinking, prick. Andy Evans, you all know who Andy Evans is. How many Welsh defensive midfielders / strikers are there in the game? Mark Hughes regen. Matt's a big admirer of him, so he has taken. It is a punt. It is a punt. Bamba from Africa Sports. I forget who I believe this is a regen of, shall I say, sorry. Guy that starts at Milan. Looks an absolute fucking monster. I think he's got himself and the bargain price as well. Stromsholm. I remember him. I had him when I was at QPR, and I did have him on my shortlist. Absolute great player there. Dos Santos, strong forward. Again, 2 games, 7-0. I mean, it is only the League Cup, so fuck that shit. And finally, Frank Yoli. Done well, started really well. So Matt is all prepared for his new season ahead. He freed out a few players, it looks like, free up a bit of space. Matt is all raring to go. We both are, to be fair. We're raring to go for what's going to be a new season, a new chapter, should we call it, if we can call it that. But more importantly, I did put this on Facebook actually, and I did say this in the last one, we are now 100 years of age. That is me, 100 years of age. The 1st of the 1st, 1966 we were born, and it's the exact same for Matt as well. Let's go to Matt as well and have a look at him, his old legs, at 100 years of age. Absolutely. Do you know what would be interesting, right? I was thinking about it. Fluent languages, like with a player when he goes from country to country, well, we've gone from country to country, we should be bilingual in like fucking 7, 8 different nationalities. So, there we go. I did wonder what would happen in 3 digits, but here we are. Here we are then. So, the new season ahead. Let's have a quick look at the job page. Is there anything appealing? There was a job that came, Matt pointed out to me, Sunderland. And I say about Sunderland, they're sort of like 3rd division or something like that. Good stadium and good resources, but they were near the bottom. Oh no, it was about 4 games to go, and they were near the bottom. And I could not take the risk. I mean, thinking about it now, right, I could have got 7 players when the window opened, which was in early June, and another 7 players. But the problem I found is if I took the Sunderland job, I'm sure their expectations would be to be more than battle against relegation. So I could have found myself in the same situation as I did with Derby. Take over a team when they're already down the bottom. I then get responsible for where they finish, and ultimately led me to the sack at Derby, even though it was through no fault of mine. So, wasn't something I was prepared. Matt, if you're watching this, Sao Paulo is available. Sao Paulo. It's an interesting one, Sao Paulo. He hasn't chanced it in Brazil yet. And I haven't chanced it in Russia. Let's have a look at who they are. Nah, they're no fucking good, are they? They're no fucking good. Yeah, and they're no good. Let's have a look at their... Nah, fuck off. Who are the current champions? See, would I chance it in Russia? I probably would now. I genuinely probably would go to Russia now. You know, it's very difficult to say. I'd never say never. You know, I even thought about maybe going back to France. Because I've only been to France once really with PSG. There's nothing else really of interest. I mean, I would go to Sunderland now. Probably shouldn't say that publicly. Salamanca, brilliant. Okay, so we'll see what lies ahead. I mean, we really will. Let me just... No, scrap that. Ghent. Ghent's an interesting one. That's a shittier Ghent, isn't it? That's a challenge and a half. Lyon are rich. I wonder what sort of squad Lyon have. Lyon? Ah, fucking, it's awful, isn't it? It's fucking shit. Look at all those non-ECs. Okay. So, that is it, guys. That is the Game On challenge, right? As we hit that milestone of being 100 years of age, participating in our first international tournament. Matt openly said, never again. And it'll be the same with me. That being said, I actually felt really confident in the World Cup with Scotland. I think we had a good setup. And if I just go back to that game, if I show you that game that happened against Paraguay, see what I mean? You know, it was my own striker got injured as well, so I was really pissed off, you know, because as I said, you know, we thrashed Italy 4-0, and deservedly, you know, we were absolutely fucking brilliant against Italy. We thrashed South Africa 7-1. I mean, fucking hell, what the fuck was that all about? Absolute fucking bullshit. And the World Cup went on to be claimed by Norway. Fucking Norway. Absolute fucking bullshit. Don't care if my own player was part of them. Fucking arsehole. He was my ex-player, weren't he? Peterson, of course he was. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. That's it from me, guys. That is the Game On challenge as we continue to hit new heights. Till next time, take it easy.